I'm a boss.
Welcome back to Vibe Check, y'all, with MVP Vibe. I'm your host, Shadia Crespo. So excited to interview EBO. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. I couldn't be better.
Awesome. So for everyone that is watching, I want everyone to get to know you. EBO, you are a rapper.
I am. Hip hop and R&B.
Hip hop and R&B rapper from San Antonio?
From San Antonio. I feel like it's a fine line between hip hop and rap.
Okay.
So
tell us the difference.
I consider.
Just bring us in with the difference already.
Rap to me, I feel like a lot of what you hear nowadays is rap. Mm-hmm. It's rap. It's like the substance is missing.
Okay.
In some way. I mean, it's jams, but there's a lot of times there's no substance. So to me, hip hop tells a story, and there's substance and there's a message. So I consider myself a hip hop artist.
Got you.
But you don't offend me by saying that.
I do understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Because I guess maybe if you considered hip hop like different genres of it, right? Like there's so many different genres of hip hop now.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean, like hip hop as like the essence of like, you know.
It puts you in like the mindset of what's that movie? Brown Sugar.
Oh yeah.
You know how they felt like about him.
And when they were talking about the light by Common and like the way they were talking about
that's
like
hip hop to me.
Yeah.
But I would never discredit, somebody's art if they consider themselves to be a hip hop artist or a rap artist. I'm like, hey.
Now is that the type of hip hop that you do now, which is more like, what would you call that genre? Just hip hop?
I would say so. I just like to storytell and tell the truth. Mm-hmm. So whatever that is, I don't know what you would consider that, but truthful storytelling.
Truthful to you? Like, do you talk about your life? Is that what you mean?
I do. I do. And things that people shy away from. Okay. Like motherhood and, the industry. Yeah. And, I try to keep it real.
So EBO is out here rapping about motherhood in the industry. Yes, what? Yeah. Okay, so now I'm like super intrigued, right?
Talk to me.
How did you start this off?
Let's see. So I've been doing music for a long time. Quick backstory: my dad did music growing up. Both of my parents are right brain. My mom's an artist, and she also acts. My dad grew up doing music. He went pretty far. Was on TV. Did a little thing. In Atlanta. His group was called The Cast, and then Outkast dropped, and they changed their name to Self-Made Mob. So I was that kid at school that was like, my dad's a rapper. My dad raps. Everybody knew
That's
me.
Super
as
cool.
Like, yeah. So I thought I was the ish, but I wasn't. But yeah, they just really influenced me. Just the artist, the creative. Their creative side.
So growing up in a creative household, what did you listen to growing up?
I listened to his music.
Yeah.
Him, not only did he rap, but he made, his beats. Okay. And this was before digital phase. You know what I'm saying?
So, of course, you grew up with, like, dad producing beat all day.
Yeah, producing. And it was just, like, my life on the daily.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, come on, like, 90s. My thing was the 90s. Mm-hmm. 90s. Hip-hop, I know it's like really cliche to say, but it's my truth. Like, 90s, even some 80s music,
Like, what's your favorite, if you can name a few?
That's a hard question.
Is it?
Yes. Man, honestly, like, I always saw myself, I looked up to, like, Timbaland and Missy and R.I.P. to Magoo, Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they really just influenced me.
Awesome.
Huge, yeah. But on your motherhood thing, fast forward, I got pregnant, and I got married. Let's get it right. I got married, and then I got pregnant, and I was like, okay, how am I still gonna live out my dreams? But like, I found like a tussle within myself while I was pregnant. It's like, how am I gonna still do what I love to do, but with a baby, And it was until I felt like I fell asleep and I had a dream, and God was like, hey, like, mom's in music. This is like your brand. Mom's in music. You need to promote this. You need to help other women feel comfortable.
That's where MIM comes from. Okay, so if you follow EBO, she always posts MIM. So it's Moms in Music.
Moms in Music.
Totally makes sense why you brought me fruit snacks.
Listen, if y'all ain't got fruit snacks in y'all closet, y'all sleep.
I already ate them, by the way.
Sleep.
Just shoved the bag in here.
Sleep. Hey, it was hidden.
It was.
I'm done with you.
That is so funny. I love it. Okay, so it makes sense. Mom's in music. I love your content. So let's talk about right now. So you told us like where you come from. Like obviously like super music family.
Yes.
I'm sure now do you have a son or a daughter?
I have a son.
Okay.
His name's Zion.
Oh, Zion.
With an X.
I'm sure Zion is now growing up with more music influence because now mom and grandparents are.
Oh my God, yeah. Like we take him as the brand being Moms in Music. One of my goals was to. I didn't feel like I wanted to separate the two, like my dream from my reality. I wanted to merge them. Mm-hmm. So oftentimes you'll see him right by my side. I'm on stage, he's there. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I'm at, he's there. And I wanted him to know how to conduct himself at the same time. Because a lot of parents feel like, well, my kids don't know how to act, in certain places. I'm like, well, you don't put them in the environment to know how to act,
For sure.
So that was big for me, but yeah.
And you're working it because you are a mom in music. You even have events that you do here in San Antonio.
Yes, I do. Coffee
Tell us about that.
Coffee and Color is my main event. Well, I say it's my main event because I do it every other Thursday. We dropped it to once a month, every fourth Thursday. I get that right. And that's a flavorful open mic. I say flavorful. And it's a place to embrace culture and creativity. Mm-hmm. So, there's no limit to that microphone. Whatever they get up there with is what they get up there with. But it's just very flavorful. Yeah. It's different. I feel like some open mics you go to, it's like, oh, I heard that before. But here it's like it's an experience.
I love that. And it's here in San Antonio.
It's here in San Antonio at Halcyon.
So any musician wanting to tap in with EBO, wanting to be part of that open mic,
yes,
it's at Halcyon every fourth
Thursday. Fourth Thursday. And then my other two babies are MIM Fest, mm-hmm. which is Moms in Music Fest. This we had our first one this past year. It's kind of like a mini Coachella is what everybody's. I heard like backyard barbecue mini Coachella vibe, like merge. Okay. So I was here for it.
I love that.
Like, whatever y'all got, I'm gonna take it. But yeah, that's the whole lineup is all women for mm-hmm. MIM Fest, and that's an annual event.
Okay.
Other than that, there's a Fluent Influence Fest, mm-hmm. and so MIM Fest happens around Mother's Day. Makes sense. And then the Fluent Influence happens in the fall.
Okay.
So Fluent Influence is open to any and everybody. We're about to have another one this November. Mm-hmm. It's going to be our 5th year anniversary, so don't miss it.
I love that. All right, so you got all these events working with you.
Yes.
And now you're also, something that I want to point out and let people know, I really love your content.
Thank you.
That's something that stood out for me. Because I, look at artists all the time, and I can tell that you're working, like, posting on Monday, you post a certain thing, and and you post like your different songs. And if I go to your page, I know you're an artist, and I can go and see your music.
Yeah.
So if y'all are following MVP Vibe, make sure you tap in with EBO and listen to her music.
Thank you so much.
So
yes, please do. EBO.MIM. Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
No, for sure. Let us know like what you have coming up. Do you plan on working on an album? Is it something that you've thought of?
Yes. So actually my engineer, shout out Bad Vibes Studios, Dragon, he reached out to me. He was like, what's going on? He give me a check because I'm like, I'm life is lifing, you know, and you get busy and stuck doing that.
For sure.
But he's like, hey, you don't got to drop an album this year. We need you to drop 3 singles. So he's tasked me to drop 3 singles by the end of the year. To release one, I think he slated October, November, December.
Nice. So you started working on them?
I have. I definitely feel the pressure.
What's the process like for you? Like, when you're making a song?
Music?
Yeah.
It's funny you asked me that. Somebody asked me that today.
Oh.
No, I feel like okay, this is weird. I started making notes in my phone. Mm-hmm. Just random stuff coming. You're driving. You probably do this all the time. You're just like, oh, that sounds good. Let me write that down, know. And it just be random little snippets of stuff. And then eventually I'm like, oh, I can put this together and this together and that. And it just starts piecing together. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, then I hit up my brother. Shout out Ronald Dabo. Sorry, I'm plugging it. I hit up my brother or probably actually my cousin soon, but whoever, just to make a beat for, that's catered to whatever it is that I wrote. And then I just go from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So was that the same answer you gave earlier today?
It is. It's just weird because I'm like, a lot of times like you hear a beat and you're like, oh, I can write something to this, or but I feel like my process is a little.
It's a little different.
It's a little like crappy.
That's why I asked, because everyone, every artist has their own process of like how they create their music, which is so special. I love that. I love that people create what's inside of them for other people to listen to and enjoy. Yes. And I love that you're doing that as a mom.
Thank you.
And you're out here, spitting your truth.
I'm trying.
And I love the content. I love that you include your child too in your content.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't think he would have it any other way. He gonna make himself known. Like.
So definitely check out EBO on MVP Vibe and follow her, and we will definitely be looking for those singles at the end of the year.
Yes.
You promise now.
Yes, I promise. Scouts on it.
Scouts on it. EBO on Vibe Check. Thank y'all for watching.
Like your name was Polly, if you mess with them, and you mess with me, and EBO, Macintosh, Tasha May, Apple Wallet got my phone fat, big bone boy got the stacks, like a record ribs, I'm pulling out the slabs. I'm a boss. I'm a boss.